Okay, now. So today I'm going to teach you about the prisoner's dilemma.
Ooh.
So basically, the prisoner's dilemma is set in this, I guess, like like idealistic situation in which like we know what the outcome is. Okay, so basically we have two players, two people who have to decide whether to rat out the other person or to just keep quiet. Okay, so basically, the prisoner's dilemma is set like this: there's player one, and player two. Both of them will always try and act on their own personal self-interest. So player one has the opportunity to keep quiet or to rat out player two. Player two has the opportunity to keep quiet or rat out player one. If player one were to keep quiet, um, and rat out player two, then he will serve 0 years in jail, and player two will serve 10 years in jail. If player one decides to rat out player two, and player two also rats out player two, then both of them will end up serving 7 years. And likewise, if player two keeps quiet and rats out player one, then he won't serve any years, and player two will serve 10 years. But if both of them rat each other out, 7 years, right? But if they both keep quiet, they will only serve 2 years. So basically, what the prisoner's dilemma teaches us is that people will try and act in their own self-interest in a sense, in a way to free themselves from any trouble. And so two people have these choices, and sometimes when those two choices overlap, there's like this like equilibrium in them that they both end up with the same outcome. So in this case, the reality is that if both of them act in their own self-interest, they combine together, they end up causing more trouble for the group. Why? Because if both of them rat each other out, both of them will serve 7 years, and collectively they will serve 14 years. So this ultimately affects the group in the sense that they'll serve more years if they both rat each other out, if they both act in their own self-interest. So I mean, I guess it kind of goes the same like when we were kids, for example. Like we would either have the opportunity to keep quiet or just get one person in trouble, right? But did it help if we both like got each other in trouble? No, we both ended up getting the punishment. But if one of us kept quiet, then the other one would take the full blame and get into big trouble. But would you just be quiet? No, you're gonna stand up for yourself, right? And so like that's like this is what this like dilemma is teaching us, that like people will always act in their own self-interest in a way to like benefit themselves, but it hurts everyone as a whole.
Here, who's the group here that it affects generally?
Well, in this case, the group here is a pair. Both of them are being affected greater, rather than just one person serving 10 or both of them just serving 4, because they acted in their own self-interest. They're serving a total of 14 years, which is in greater chunk, like more time being served as a whole. So I guess what the prisoner's dilemma really is teaching us is that everyone performs in their own self-interest. If everyone performs in their own self-interest, no one will benefit. So, like people's desire to act in their own self-interest can lead to a worse outcome for the group. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it also teaches us that in many cases, what happens to you is greatly influenced by someone else's decision. So that means that like how we said, like if we were little, when we were little, and we did something bad, if I ratted you out, like your decision was to keep quiet, right? But my decision affected you way worse, in a greater deal. And the last conclusion that we learned from the prisoner's dilemma is that there's always a better social outcome, but it requires coordination and cooperation between two people. So, what do you think would be like one way to, I guess, overcome this prisoner's dilemma?
Well, if each person's just thinking about themselves, I mean, that's kind of, it usually happened, still happens sometimes. When we got like someone else, an unbiased, I guess, version of looking at it. I'm not going to be thinking. I don't really care about what you. Um, if I'm looking at a way to get myself further or whatever, I won't really care what you're doing. I'm just hoping to help myself.
Mhm.
So if we both do that, then we get worse than what we'd actually been expecting to get if we hoped what we wanted the outcome to be.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. So you kind of said something like you need some like kind of unbiased person, right? So you're suggesting like we need like an outside force, right? Like or an outside like
Yeah.
presence to help. Exactly. And so that's kind of like what the prisoner's dilemma teaches us that like we need like in order to fight this prisoner's dilemma or like to end it, we need some outer source to one make laws, right? Make rules for us. Two, to like make sure those rules are being like followed, and three, that's not if those rules aren't being followed, we need someone to make these like have people follow through with the consequences, like receive repercussion for not following along. Does that sound familiar? Do we have something like that?
Government.
Yeah. So,
Laws.
like, yeah. So, like the government, we have like the legislative branch, which makes the rules. The executive branch is technically their job is to, like make sure they like govern it all that it's being followed, and the Supreme Court that if it's not being followed, then there's a solution. There's a solution. Someone will get repercussions for that, right? And so that's what the prisoner's dilemma teaches us, that like people will act in their own self-interest, and by doing so, it affects everyone greatly. But we sometimes need the help and the influence of government to come in and kind of make that equilibrium in the sense that like someone will come in and enforce and give another alternative.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the prisoner's dilemma.
Sweet.